Previously on Katawa Shoujo.
What are you doing down here, Hisao? Come to spy on me, have you?
I give a shrug. Is that our thing now? We're all just gonna shrug? To be honest, I'm not sure why I'm down here. Oh, I know. We all know.
Plus, I hang out with Rin sometimes too. So, really, I might take some effort to stalk.
What do you two do together anyway? You don't seem to have a lot in common.
Well, maybe it's that we do things for the same reasons.
Huh?
You know, we follow our passions.
Oh,
She says we both chase after an extreme. Like, she's always trying to find a new way to show a particular feeling or something. And I run because the feeling I get from it. And since we don't allow ourselves to be slowed down by anything, we make a connection based on that.
What do you mean, slowed down by anything? Emmy looks surprised and points at her legs. Yeah, that was kind of obvious, Hisao.
You know, because I'm a runner and Rin's a painter even without arms. So we respect each other's determination.
Okay, that makes a lot more sense.
And that's why we hang out. Oh, I've been running since I was really little. My dad was a runner, and so as soon as I could walk, he started teaching me how to run. It was our father-daughter thing, you know? Our own mutual hobby.
A shadow crosses her face, and I'm shocked to see her looking sad. Oh no, did something happen between them? What's up, people? We are back with more of Katawa Shoujo. I know I've been talking about the weather for like the entire freaking week now, but that's because it's been so strange here, right? So during the winter before January, the temperature here was just like, it was actually pretty warm, like I think it's up until 10 to 8 degrees Celsius, which is pretty warm for December, right? So that was really warm, and then this suddenly overnight change of 8 degrees to, let's say, -2, -3 with rain caused there to be like this huge, like at least 1 to 2 centimeters layer of ice all over the streets, which was caused schools to be closed, people not being able to get out of the street and whatnot, and they could actually ice skate on the freaking roads and whatnot. So that's what's been happening for 4 days or 3 to 4 days now. And today, Friday, which is actually the day when I finally went outside, it was raining the night before then, as well as like snowing to the point where it's like that wet snow, right? It's not that sticky snow that stays on the ground, it's the wet snow that just kind of disappears immediately. And that's what caused all the sort of layer of ice that was laying on the ground, which was causing all the iciness and all the dangerousness and whatnot to be completely gone overnight as well. And let me check actually right now, because I'm pretty sure when I woke up it was like, yeah, exactly, it's 6 degrees right now. So it just went overnight from in one day from 8 degrees to -2, and the lowest point it actually reached at a certain point during one of those 3 or 4 days was, I think, -6 or -5 or whatever, and now it's suddenly 6 degrees again. Just another change overnight, which is really, really freaking strange. And I've seen a lot of pictures and videos as well of people, because it's like in the 3 most northern provinces of the Netherlands where this sort of iciness and slipperiness of the everywhere basically occurred. Like in the southern parts and the other parts of the Netherlands, it actually wasn't happening there. But in the 3 most northern provinces, as well as one below that perhaps, so 4 in total or something, that's where all this craziness happened. But I guess it's finally over now. So but yeah, I guess it's safe to say now that all this weather craziness is over right now, so we can just return back to normal everyday doings, which includes Katawa Shoujo, of course. We were like going on a midnight walk because we couldn't sleep. I'm surprised at how chill the air is compared to the relative warmth of the day. I can almost see my breath as I wander the campus, waiting for the sun to come up, or for me to fall asleep. Yeah, we're just like walking outside and then we're just suddenly we'll fall asleep while walking. At this point, either option works for me. I find myself at the track, where for the first time, Emmy's not out running. I suppose that makes sense. It's too early, even for her. The bleacher seats are cold, but at this point, I welcome the sensation. The sun is starting to show its face over the horizon, and I know with an awful certainty that I'll get no more sleep tonight. The sun's steadily strengthening rays start to warm me up, and I watch the dew on the ground begin to steam lightly. My mind calms down a little. Did we fall asleep? Someone's shaking me.
Hey, wake up!
Huh? Where? What? I guess I fell asleep after all.
What are you doing out here? You're going to catch a cold or something.
I rub my eyes, and I'm confronted by Emmy, who bends over me with a worried expression. I'm still a little groggy, so my response comes out in a mumble. Couldn't sleep. Watch the sun come up.
Sounds like something Rin would say.
I shrug, feeling the stiffness that comes with sleeping on a bench for a few hours. Is it? I wouldn't know. Emmy grins a little at my somewhat cranky response.
So, couldn't sleep, eh? Obviously we need to run you harder today.
Even though I've only known her for about a week, this seems a very Emmy-ish response to the problem. Hey, my body was plenty exhausted after yesterday. My mind was just racing, that's all.
I don't see the difference. If you run hard enough, your brain will get tired too.
I'm seriously questioning the wisdom of doing this first thing in the morning. I don't know if my grades will be able to handle me tiring my brain out like that. Is that even possible to sort of tire out your brain? I guess it is, but not by physical activity, I assume. Or not something that is purely physical activity, which I see, okay. Running might not be purely physical, but if it weren't, then it would be at least for a huge majority of physical parts, so I don't think running actually tires out your brain, Emmy. You're full of shit. Emmy pulls me up from the bleachers with surprising strength for someone her size.
Now, come on, Hisao. We've got work to do.
I don't actually know if I'm up to this today, to be honest. Nope, no slacking. Dude, we gotta do this. I mean, I obviously didn't get much sleep. And what sleep I got was on the bleachers here. I don't know. Should I really be running? Emmy glares at me. Good heavens, oh, that stare. You know what that stare means.
What are you talking about? Of course you should be running.
See, Emmy just doesn't give a crap about excuses. Even if our legs were broken, she's like,
look at my legs, I can run, okay?
I'm pretty sure she would say that.
How else do you expect to work out the kinks? You've been sleeping on the bleachers, for heaven's sakes. The best way to get that soreness out is to run around a little. Now stop hiding in the bleachers and get down here.
There's no arguing that. I'm pretty sure she'd kill me if I didn't do as she said. I get to my feet and hop down to the track. The sun is warming things up rather nicely, I think. Emmy and I begin to stretch out, and I find myself once again hard-pressed not to stare. If this is how I have to wake up every day, I might be able to get used to this.
You know, Hisao, it's not polite to stare.
I wasn't staring. I swear. Emmy raises an eyebrow and considers me for a minute, as if evaluating my response. There's a brief moment where I'm afraid for my life. But then she smiles and laughs, shaking her head slowly.
Honestly, you didn't have to deny it so strenuously.
In response, I clap my hands together and go for a change of subject. So, that's enough stretching, right? Emmy gives a casual shrug.
Do you feel stretched? That's really how you tell.
Well, I do feel up to the run, if that's what she means. Yeah, I feel ready to go.
Same as yesterday, okay?
We'll just run for a mile,
at a steady pace. Don't worry about going really fast. Just worry about keeping the pace. Got it?
You're the boss. Emmy grins again, and we take off around the track. Oh, come on. I think I'm going to die. We're not even done with the first lap, and my legs are on fire. My breath is coming in ragged gasps. I can feel sweat pouring down my brow, and we've only just now finished rounded the second turn.
Come on, Hisao. You've got 3 more laps to go.
I can't do this. I can't do this. I can't do this. I think I might hurl. Somehow, we're on the second lap. Emmy's not even sweating. How can she do this so effortlessly? For some reason, I'm still moving. She's like a machine, a lean, mean running machine. Third lap. What happened to the second?
Almost there, Hisao.
Liar! We've got another 2! Nothing to be done. I can't do this. Emmy rolls around and begins running backwards. Her face is a mask of anger that surprises me.
Never say that. If you say that, you already have lost. Keep moving. If you're alive, you can keep moving, damn it.
I don't think that's the proper phrase to tell to someone who has like a heart flutter like Hisao, you know? Because remember last time, we didn't exactly die on the spot, but we kept moving. And that didn't give us a pretty good result, so... Not exactly the best advice, Emmy, but I kinda know what she means. Oh, language! We're on the 4th lap now. She really seems to want to keep me going. Legs move. 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 They feel so sluggish. I'm in mud, or molasses, or tar. I can't go on. I'll go on.
Final stretch, Hisao. Give it all you've got.
I pump my legs as fast as they'll go. They keep refusing to obey my commands. Somehow, I keep moving. Somehow, I finish.
That's it, Hisao. I knew you had it in you.
The anger Emmy showed a lap ago is gone, replaced with pride. She's positively radiant, like she just won the gold medal or something. I stagger to a stop and fall to my hands and knees, gasping for air. My heart is pounding far harder than it has in a long time. Oh no! I don't think it's done this since... Oh no! I was thinking like, isn't this the same amount of strain that we're putting on our heart as last time, if not even more? Why is this not causing our heart to flutter? But, oh god. Please slow down, heart. Oh god. Just slow down. Stop racing. I cough, and for some reason, feel a grin crossing my face. So this is how I die, huh? Trying to stay healthy? Oh my god, the irony indeed. How ironic. I'm all ready to give up right here. Emmy, bring me back to life. But then, I feel my heart slow down. 2 arms grab under my arms and tug upwards. I look up and see Emmy standing over me with a mixture of delight and worry. Why is she delighted? Does she like me being in pain?
On your feet. Come on, you'll never catch your breath that way.
Somehow, I manage to stand. I try to raise my hands above my head, but they feel like lead. I start to walk around the track while Emmy keeps close to me, like she's afraid I'll fall over or something. She may not be far off. I feel terrible and say so. Emmy laughs.
But you finished, didn't you? You said you couldn't, but you did. Isn't that worth it?
Sure, that's worth a heart flutter. Why not? I'm not sure. I don't really have the breath to say so. But that small grin I felt on my face earlier hasn't left. So what if my heart's weak? I still survived this morning. Maybe I'll survive tomorrow too. Wow. Have we really changed our approach to this that rapidly? Like now we're just living day by day, pushing ourselves to the limit and just hoping we survive, and then hoping that with our sort of physical strength improving, as well as just our conditioning becoming better, that way, sure, we might suffer from occasional pains of the heart now, but as those things improve as well, our conditioning and just physical stuff, I guess our heart troubles will start to sort of slowly disappear. Not disappear, but just become less frequent or whatnot. I don't know. But it seems like kind of a dangerous thing to gamble on, right? Because it could be that we'll go so far to the point where our heart just sort of gives out. So this is sort of like playing on the edge. Dang. We apparently we like the dangerous life. As soon as it becomes apparent that I'm not going to suddenly keel over, Emmy takes off on her sprints. I don't know how the hell she can manage to sprint after running a mile, but I guess she's in much better shape than me. Once again, as I walk around the track, I can't help watching Emmy sprint. It's weird, but it's like she's a different person entirely when she's pushing herself. Last time, I noticed her eyes, but this time it's her mouth that catches my attention. She's not wearing her normal grin. She's still smiling, but there's a tightness to it. It's almost grim, like she's fighting a losing battle, but doesn't care. She seems to be running harder, like she did yesterday. Sweat has started to pour down her face, but she keeps going. Her mouth finally opens, as she can no longer get enough air through her nose. As she passes me once more, legs pumping, arms swinging in time, and her lips slightly parted. She looks beautiful. Dang, we're starting to fall for her. After we've both taken some laps around the track to cool down, Emmy changes back to her usual self. That's sort of actually a really awesome thing to see a person sort of that determined in a goal that they're trying to reach. And I don't know, it's just because we come to know Emmy in a certain way, right, when we're not running with her, but then we see this completely different side, which is really competitive, pushing herself to the limit, and just trying to push herself to her physical boundary to keep trying improving. And I don't know, it's just a really awesome and different side of Emmy to see, I feel. And perhaps that's sort of what's making us fall for her as well. The transformation I saw in her is gone. I mean, I was really competitive when I used to play a lot of sports, right? And I can sort of feel, it's sort of like being in the zone. It's hard to explain really for people that haven't really played that much sports, or perhaps aren't really that good in sports or whatever, but I used to be really good in both basketball and football. I don't play it that much anymore, but it was always just, I don't know, for example, like if I were losing, I'm 10 points behind or something in basketball, I would just be so focused on, okay, I gotta win this, gotta score points, and then I'm just in the zone. I ignore everything around me and just only focus on playing basketball, trying to catch up and win the game, and it's just sort of like that. You get this determined look in your eyes, you get fire, the passion, it just burns in your soul, and you just want to win. And that's sort of I don't know, it's just really, I guess it's that competitive spirit, and it's really hard to explain.
Not bad today, Hisao. There's almost admiration in her voice.
What do you mean?
I would have stopped if you hadn't yelled at me.
Emmy colors a little, seemingly embarrassed about her outbursts.
Sorry about that. can't stand to see people give up. Especially about something like this.
I can definitely understand. It's like she feels like if I can do this, then other people should be able to do this as well, right? Because she sort of had to overcome more difficult steps and overcome physical boundaries, literally overcome them to be able to do this. So she's like, you've got your legs, you should be able to do this, come on.
Saying, I can't go on is silly when you're obviously going on while you're saying it. That's what this is all about.
What? Saying silly things? Emmy sticks her tongue out at me.
Idiot! I mean showing that you're alive.
Showing I'm alive, huh? I didn't know it had to be so painful. But it does feel pretty good, despite that.
Besides, this is one of the hardest days.
What do you mean?
Whenever you start a workout, it's difficult the first day, really hard the second day, and then the third day is easier.
Really? Why? Doesn't it just get harder and harder unless your muscles sort of get rest? I can understand, like the first day is really hard because it's difficult because you're not in good shape, and then the second day you really feel the muscle pains and whatnot from the first day. So the second day is indeed much harder than the first day because you have to do everything you did the first day, but with the muscle pains as well. But why is the third day easier then?
You still get days that are really hard, but they'll pop up less and less. So this will eventually get really easy, huh? Yeah, of course. But then you have to increase the difficulty, or you'll never get ahead. You'll just get complacent, and you'll lose the sense of accomplishment.
So, I'll have to run more than just 4 laps, huh?
Yep, but not for a while. You'll have to be careful, you know.
A thought strikes Emmy, and her face lights up.
Got it.
Got what?
You can come with me to see the nurse. That way you won't fall over dead or anything.
How charming. When?
Right now, of course. You'll need a shower and everything, right? We don't have much time then.
Grabbing my hand, she's off, pulling me along with her. What happened to the shower? My goodness. But you're in a hurry today, aren't you, Emmy? I have no idea how we got to the nurse's office so fast, but here we are. The nurse grins at Emmy and seems to completely ignore me. You've got plenty of time to take a shower and get to class, you know. There's no need to run through the hallways like that. I could hear you coming from a mile away. Somehow, it doesn't seem like he's actually scolding Emmy at all. It's like this is a sort of routine between the two of them. Emmy does a passable imitation of remorse.
I'm sorry. I won't ever do it again.
Until next time, of course. The nurse and Emmy both laugh at some private joke. Suddenly, it seems that he notices me. Ah, hello, Hisao. What brings you here?
Well, Hisao's officially joined me on my morning runs.
I start to explain, but Emmy cuts me off.
I thought he might need to visit you so that he doesn't die or anything.
The nurse raises his eyebrows in mock horror. Yes, that would certainly put me out of a job fast, wouldn't it? Well then, Hisao, let's have a look at you. Lift up your shirt, would you? I'm suddenly very conscious of the fact that Emmy's in the room with me, and blush in spite of myself. The nurse seems to sense my discomfort, but it only seems to amuse him. A bit shy, are we? Yeah, thanks for pointing that out. Oh my god, that's the worst thing ever, right? Like, when it's obvious that you're sort of blushing in a situation or you're kind of shy, and then someone points it out, it only makes things worse. Like, oh my god, when your face is starting to become red and then someone points out like, oh, look at his face getting red, and then yeah, thank you. Why don't I just turn into twice the color tomato? Holy crap. He makes an apologetic bow to Emmy. Sorry, Emmy, I tried to get you a free show, but it doesn't seem to have worked.
Emmy stiffens slightly and fires a look of annoyance at him. You're an asshole.
What? Emmy bows to me apologetically.
I'll wait outside. Okay, Hisao?
I hope that was another inside joke between Emmy and the nurse, because I didn't expect her to say that to him. Wow.
I begin to stammer that it's not really a big deal. She doesn't have to leave.
But she's already out the door, and the nurse is laughing as he watches her go. Still got it. Ha!
I don't follow.
He laughs again, like he's in on some joke that's over my head. I can still get her flustered. It's a competition of sorts we've had going on for a while now. That sounds incredibly sinister to me, and it seems as if the nurse realizes that too. That sounded a lot worse than it actually is, come to think of it.
I wasn't going to say anything.
No, you're right. I should fill you in so that you don't get the wrong idea. Yeah, what are you up to with Emmy, huh, nurse? Huh? I'm actually relatively new here, you see. I got hired on the same year Emmy started going here. Before that, I worked with Emmy during her initial rehab following her accident.
Hold on. What?
We had to amputate her legs after a really nasty car wreck. It nearly killed her, and succeeded. Oh my god. He shuts up abruptly. I blink at receiving this unexpected piece of news. Well, that's not my place to say. Anyway, we've known each other for quite a while, so we have a slightly more familiar relationship than is strictly professional. He seems embarrassed, like he's done something stupid. I guess he's really worried about that. I wave a hand to let him know it's not a big deal. Don't worry, sir. I promise I'm going to be discreet. Oh my god. I had been wondering about what caused Emmy to lose her legs, and that was one of the scenarios I thought of. There was only so many ways that could have happened, but actually hearing about the facts, it's still a little shocking. That's the thing, right? For some reason, I don't know why, but this was like my default mindset with every person, because we don't know the backstory of every single sort of person that has a disability here, right? For some reason, I just, as a default, thought everybody had that was born with that, so they had it at birth. So that's sort of the reason why I'm a little bit surprised about this with Emmy, that she had like a car accident. But it's from the way he's telling this, is that it's actually hasn't really happened that long ago. He said that he's new here, relatively new, and he came here the same year Emmy did. Now Emmy must have been here at least a year or something. So, and he said that he helped her with rehab, her initial rehab as well, which wasn't that long ago either. So I have a feeling that Emmy having lost her legs, or like going through her leg amputation and that sort of stuff, that happened at the most maybe 3 years ago or something, 2 or 3 years. That's sort of the time frame that I'm thinking of. And for her to actually, in such a short amount of time, to be able to sprint like that on those prosthetics and whatnot, that only makes it so much more impressive. But dang, so she got into a car accident, lost both her legs, and then, oh my god, that's horrifying. Holy crap. The kind of strange thing about this is that we're sort of hearing this from someone else and not from Emmy directly. Oh my god. It's definitely shocking. Oh, thanks. You're a good kid, Hisao. I can see why Emmy became friends with you. She's quite indomitable, you know. What do you mean? You didn't see her learning to walk. She'd go for so much longer than the others in the hospital. She refused to quit. Normally, it takes years to get to a point where you can even think about running again. Emmy did it all in about a year. See, dang. She is so determined. He almost seems proud of her, like a father who watches his daughter win a competition or something.
Hell, she'd probably have done it faster if not for the fact that we wouldn't let her.
Wouldn't let her? Why not?
Because she'd go for so long that her legs would start bleeding where they met her prosthetics. Dang, it's a real concern. It's why she comes by every day after she runs. To say nothing of the risk of infection if her legs get cut up and her prosthetics are dirty. But enough about that. If we don't get you on our way soon, Emmy will think we're up to something.
Oh my god. What? Seriously, what would we be up to, nurse? Don't get any wrong ideas. I mean, there's absolutely nothing that we could do together, okay? That would give her a raw guy. I'm going too far of this. Let's just move on, okay? Let's move on. So obviously nothing is gonna happen. As he says this, he gives a wink and begins checking my heartbeat. Did he really have to wink? The stethoscope is way too cold. He really should have heated it up or something before he used it. After a few moments, he leans back, satisfied.
Well, you sound pretty good to me, Hisao. You didn't have any chest pains while you were running, did you?
No, not really. I had some trouble catching my breath though, and my heart was racing by the end too. The nurse frowns as I say this, but then shrugs.
It's probably just because you're out of shape. But if you don't improve, then you should let me know, okay? Don't push yourself too much. And of course, if you have any chest pains, come to me immediately, right?
I put my shirt back on, and the nurse leans out of the doorway to call in Emmy.
What took you so long? Now I'm going to be late.
The nurse gives me a significant look. I was just seducing Hisao, that's all. Oh my god. Did he just...
What? Come on. What if I told you about seducing my friends?
Oh my god. They really sort of have this really strange friendship, relationship thingy going on. Oh my god. Like she's playing along with it as well, which is obviously from where you can clearly see that they've known each other for quite a while, of course.
I'd expected Emmy to be shocked by this, but instead, she seems merely annoyed, scolding the nurse as if he were a child stealing cookies.
Yeah, because I'm your cookie, right, Emmy? Okay, never mind. Meanwhile, I try hard not to blush at the nurse's innuendo. I'll try not to do it again, though I fear young Hisao may be lost to the female gender forever. Wahahaha, not freaking likely. Oh god. I didn't mean to say that out loud, but both the nurse and Emmy regard for a moment before bursting into laughter again.
Told you he was funny, didn't I?
Huh? I guess Emmy does talk to the nurse about a lot of stuff.
Well, Hisao, you should probably get moving. You still need a shower before class starts, don't you?
Crap, he's got a point. And it looks like I've only got a half hour. Thanks for your time. I'll see you later, Emmy. I dash out of the room as the nurse begins to remove Emmy's prosthetics. Oh my god. Am I horrible for actually wanting to see that? Because I'm just doing it out of pure interest, right? Because I'm really curious as to how her legs and prosthetics are actually connected and whatnot. Because I don't know why, but that actually interests me quite a bit. Just curiosity, you know? As I head down the hallway, I can just barely hear his voice drifting after me.
Emmy, you've got to be more careful.
Uh-oh. What does that mean? Don't tell me her legs were bleeding or something. Maybe she's pushing herself way too hard as well. Oh my god. It sure seems like it. Emmy, don't do that, my princess. I mean, she's my princess for now, but yeah. I'm gonna end the video here. Thank you very much for watching. Please like and subscribe for more, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace!